my name is Kat and today I'm going to do my March book haul. It's still March for another half hour or so still counts. So as you probably saw from the thumbnail, or really it's a pretty safe assumption in general, that I have a lot of books to show you guys today. I have 15 books here, and while that is not a crazy number for me, what is kind of crazy is that I personally only bought 2 of them. The rest were either gifts or they were books that I received from publishers for review. So yeah, I'm not going crazy with the book buying, but I am still receiving lots and lots of books, which, you know, no complaints here about receiving books. I love receiving books. Books. But the growth rate of my TBR pile is just a wee bit intimidating. It's getting up there. It's raising the roof. Pretty soon I'll be able to hold the roof up with just stacks of books. Like, I'll make them into pillars and put a roof, maybe build a house. There you go, then I can save so much money on rent that I can put toward more books. And we're really off topic now. But anyways, let's just get into the books. I'm gonna start with the 2 that I bought for myself. So first up, I have The Assassin's Blade by Sarah J. Maas, and oh my goodness, if you thought this cover was pretty on a computer screen, wait until you see it in person, because it is gorgeous. The Assassin's Blade is actually a bind-up of 5 novellas that take place in the Throne of Glass world before Throne of Glass. And I'm actually about halfway through this. I've read 2.5 novellas. I'm halfway through the 3rd one, and I'm just loving it. It's so good. I love Serena. She's a fantastic kick-ass character, and I'm just enjoying this immensely, and I can't wait for the 3rd book, and much excitement for the series is being had by me and many other people, because this is a good series. Y'all need to get on it if you haven't already. And then I have Deathsworn by Leah Cypess. I really enjoyed Mistwood by Leah Cypess, so when I heard she was writing a new young adult fantasy series, I was all over it. I knew I had to get my little hands all over it, leaving fingerprints because the cover's kind of shiny, but it's okay. It's okay. I've seen a couple reviews where they actually compared this to the Throne of Glass series, and also Sarah J. Maas blurbed this, so sounds like a winner to me. So those were the 2 books that I bought for myself, and now let's get into the books I received from publishers. I have 4 books that I received from Penguin, so to start that off, let's go with Half Bad by Sally Green. And this book takes place in a modern day London where witches are real, and there are both good and bad witches. And the main character of this book has a good witch mother and a bad witch father, so he is half bad. There's been a lot of hype around this book, and I've heard both good and bad things, but I'm really interested to jump in myself and see how I personally feel. So looking forward to doing that soon. Then I have Landry Park by Bethany Hagen. This is the first book in a new dystopian series. I've heard this book described as kind of a dystopian Downton Abbey, so that sounds pretty cool. I haven't heard a lot about this, but I'm looking forward to giving it a shot. Next up, I have Grasshopper Jungle by Andrew Smith. This book is very bright, like almost offensively so, but I've heard the contents can be a little offensive to some people. Not in a bad way, in like a vulgar kind of way, which I like, so I definitely want to read this. I really enjoyed Winger by Andrew Smith, so I'm definitely looking forward to reading more of his stuff. And the main thing I've heard about this book is that it is really, really weird, and that sounds cool to me, so looking forward to this crazy weird ride about some kids who accidentally unleash a plague of giant grasshoppers. I think that's what happened. It sounds super bizarre, so I really want to read this soon. And then I have Serena. How do you say this word? I don't know Russian things. I am sorry. I feel bad for not knowing how to say this word. Don't judge me, judge her. What is she doing on the cover of this book? What's up with that egg? For those of you who don't know, J. Nell Patrick is a pseudonym for Jackson Pierce, who wrote the Sweetly Sisters Red fairy tale retelling and among other things. But yeah, I really enjoyed Jackson Pierce's writing, so I'm super excited to read this book by her, even though it's not by her, but it's by her, you know? I believe this is a standalone, and it is a historical fantasy that takes place in Russia and features the Romanov family, so we got like an Anastasia kind of vibe going on. I'm digging it. Looking forward to it. Then I have 2 books from HarperCollins. First is The Murder Complex by Lindsay Cummings. This is a futuristic thriller where the murder rate is higher than the birth rate. So I am expecting a lot of blood and violence and death, and I'm excited about that. And then I have Panic by Lauren Oliver. I am a huge fan of Lauren Oliver, so of course I was stoked to get this. And I'm actually part of a read-along for this book. The Booksplosion Don't Panic read-along. I'll put some more info in the description if you're curious about what's going on with that and you for some reason haven't heard about it yet. But we're doing our live show this Saturday, so if you want to go, you only have a couple days to read this. Get to it! Get to it, man! Hurry up! And finally, we move into the books that I received as gifts from my Amazon wishlist. So first I have Cruel Beauty by Rosamund Hodge. And this was a gift from Jessica of Prices Wong, so thank you, Jess, so much. This is a retelling of Beauty and the Beast, and I actually really love fairy tale retellings, so I'm super excited to read this. Then I have Fairy Tales and Nightmares by Melissa Marr, and this was a gift from Danny, Joyzy Danny, so thank you so much, Danny. I actually haven't read anything by Melissa Marr yet, even though I've been intending to, so getting this is just perfect. The cover is gorgeous and it sounds awesome, so I'm really looking forward to it. Next up, I have Battle Royale by Ko Shun Takami. And this was a gift from Shonda, so thank you very much, Shonda. Like many of you, I'm sure, I have heard many comparisons between this book and The Hunger Games and also Lord of the Flies. And I've been wanting to read this for a while now to see what kind of comparisons and parallels I myself find. So yeah, thank you again, Shonda. I am really looking forward to reading this. All 10 million pages of it. Just kidding, it's like 700, but that's still a pretty big book. Next up I have Rage, a Love Story by Julie Ann Peters. And this was a gift from Susan, so thank you very much, Susan. This is a contemporary novel, and it kind of focuses on the romance between a good girl who falls for a bad girl. And I've heard lots of great things about it, lots of good reviews, so really looking forward to it. And finally, I have 3 books that were sent to me from Keith. First, I have Wicked by Gregory Maguire, and I have just been wanting this book for ages, so I'm super happy to finally have it. My favorite part about this edition is the pages are green on the side. That's so cool! But yeah, this is pretty much The Wizard of Oz from the Wicked Witch's point of view. So I am just, oh, I'm all about it. I can't wait to read it. Defying Gravity? Not. Oh. Keith also sent me Tiger Lily by Jodi Lynn Anderson, and this is about the relationship between Peter Pan and Tiger Lily before Wendy Darling came into the picture. I've heard a lot of good things about this book, and it's gotten some starred reviews, so that's very promising, and I'm looking forward to getting into it. And finally, I have Dream Factory by Brad Barkley and Heather Hepler. I actually hadn't even heard of this book before, but I just read the synopsis and I gotta say, it sounds pretty awesome. Basically, the Disney World actors go on strike and a bunch of teenagers are hired to replace them, and then these teenagers quickly learn that this isn't the happiest place on earth. So yeah, that just sounds super fun and funny. Hadn't heard of it before, but now I'm really looking forward to reading it. So another big thank you to Keith for sending these 3 books my way. I am very excited to make my way through them. And alright, there you have it. Those are all of the books I received in the month of March. I want to throw out one more quick thank you to the lovely people who sent me books this month. Thank you. You are lovely. I also want to thank you for watching this video. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a great night, and I will have another vlog up soon, so I will see you then. Goodbye! I said bye. Leave. Leave. Leave, 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 leave. Bye. It has come to my attention that my opening hand motions look like I'm trying to help a plane land. And now you can't unsee it. Books, I got them books. I got a lot of books, books. I got them books. Holy shit. Koushan Takami. Koushan Takami. I know Japanese. I don't. That was a lie. That's what I do here. I lied to you. I'm gonna read this book. I'm gonna make this video. All lies. All lies. You guys hear how creaky my floor is? Oh, that's a creaky floor. My neighbors hate me. It's okay. The hate is mutual. You've heard those kids in the last video. They're annoying. So am I. If this floor is a rockin', I'm probably vlogging. Don't put that in.